We all watched it. Got some people in the building already, man. You know, we're gonna bring the content creators on and get this thing rocking and rolling. Before we do, my people. So listen, man, we got some good news happening throughout the YouTube land for your boy and some other people. But listen, man, from my aspect, I want to say first and foremost, I'm glad you guys showed up tonight. Um, yeah, I am swinging from the upper deck, Mike Dub. I got the Atlanta braids on, even though my braids has been up and down this year. But look, I got an opportunity to join a great group of guys, man, to do a new YouTube type project. And we want you guys to be a part of that. So y'all make sure y'all follow along. The snap count will be here on the Fan Ad. The Fan Ad not going nowhere, by the way. I'll still be here rocking with you guys all the time. But the Saturday night snap count for the next couple of weeks will be still on the Fan Addict. But then after that, it will be on a new platform, man. We got like I say, some creators out here, man. We're gonna team up. We like the Avengers, man. We're gonna bring something good to y'all, man, and take down Thanos, the big networks, and do something big, man. Listen, man, the new channel is gonna be called Conference Call College Football. And it's gonna get started up. We're gonna bring a lot of I'm not leaving my channel, Stephen G. Fan Addict here, baby. You still a member. You know how we get down. Lost in the sauce. What's good, my guy? But yeah, it'll be called Conference Call College Football, man. We'll be bringing y'all a lot of good content, doing a lot of exciting things, man. You know, bringing y'all football the way y'all like it. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're gonna get down, man. But without further ado, man, y'all make sure y'all, once y'all see it, I'll give y'all more information. Chucking buckets is man. Chucking buckets still on the. We're still on the Fan Addict. Stephen G. You can talk football. I mean basketball. You my coaching brethren. But listen, as we go along, we'll give y'all more information on that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just want you to know, man. I want y'all to rock with us with whatever we're doing, man. So let's go ahead and bring the guys in, and let's get this show started, man. My first guy, you already know what it is. It's Stat Guy. What's up, Stat?
Hey, what's going on tonight, Coach?
Chilling. College football back.
Hey, man, week 0, strap the helmets up, let the trash talking begin. You know, I enjoyed my afternoon in the comment sections today.
Big facts, man. Florida State was coming to our listen, man. If y'all didn't know me, we did. Listen, man. I did a preview of the Georgia Tech Florida State game, and let's just say Florida State fans wasn't kind to your boy in the comments. But hey, that's what we like to do here, man. We like to talk about real football and see how the fans react, man. Next up, man, is our guy Shouty, man. What's good, Shouty?
Gentlemen, what's happening?
Hey, man, college football is happening, Shouty. That's what's happening, dog.
Look, man, so, we got our first little taste, just to get the hunger pains out. But the big dog got to eat next week with that week 1 schedule. But I enjoyed this just to get them hunger pains out. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Hey, I'm with you, dog. I'm with you. Just a little appetizer before the main course. You know how it is. Listen, we got our guy in the building, man, resident Big Ten guy, Penn State. It's our guy, Andrew. What's up, Andrew?
How are we doing? Isn't it great to have college football on our TV screen right now?
Right, dog. Hey, it's like somebody finally gave us what we've been wanting, you know what I'm saying, for the last 8 to 9 months, right?
We can stop talking and let the gentleman, do that thing on the field.
Right.
I don't think a lot of people thought what was going to be happening in Dublin happened today. So this is why we play the games, gentlemen. This is why we can talk and chop it up late in the evening.
That's right. Listen, man, y'all already seen him on the Fan Addict before. He a new member of the Snap Count. He bringing that college football knowledge the way we like to give it. Talking real football. It's our guy, Jake Merle. What's up from Set the Tone? What up, Jake?
What up, everybody? What's going on, man? Now, good times. Football season's here. It's time to smash somebody. I love that, dude. Hey, I played safety. That's the only reason I say it that way. But look, man, I'm all about it. I'm so stoked. And today was awesome, by the way. Awesome. It was a good start. It was a great start. So just what I want to see.
And just like the next person up, man, y'all already know who it is, man. Been rocking with us for a couple years now, man. We go back and forth. It's our guy, Jason Watkins. What's going on, Jason?
What's up, man? finally here. We watching real football instead of people talking about real football. Good time.
Right.
Good
That's
times.
right. That's right. That's right, man. That's right. I'm so geeked. I'm ready to talk some ball, man. Listen, we're gonna start with this SMU Nevada game that's currently on. I know y'all should be. If y'all follow any of these channels, y'all real football fans, y'all should be watching this on one screen and then watching us on another screen. Listen, man, talk about that first half stat. Like, you watched the first half of the SMU game?
Yeah, of course I had that tuned in before I had to come hop on here. Look, man, Nevada's just controlling the clock. They're not in the first half. It was a little sluggish. They weren't scoring on drives, wasn't finishing drives off, but they were extending drives. And when you do that and you keep a team's defense on the field, going to be a long night. And then that second half looks the way it's looking right now.
That's right. Jake, man, what I didn't know is De'Aaron King is the quarterbacks coach for SMU. He not too long ago was in Miami. That is crazy, right? And
That's
but
interesting.
they played two quarterbacks in the first half though. Like, so when they say when you got two, you ain't got none, right?
That's not typically a good thing, right? Like, we look at SMU too, we look at like their offseason. They lost some pieces to the offensive line that were actually really important. And we are starting to see why that was so important, right? Like, you put a quarterback back there, you got to rotate him back and forth, man. And then you find another one that inconsistency can kill a team real quick. And we're seeing what's happening right now on the screen. So doesn't look too good.
Right. Before we go on, man, let's say what's up to some of the people, man. We got a packed house tonight, man. First up in the building, it's our guy Mike Dub. We got to see Mike Dub in the building, Sooner Legends podcast. He dropped a couple videos here lately, man. Y'all make sure y'all get over to Sooner Legends podcast and check that out. We're glad to have our guy Mike in the building. I know y'all commenting, I'm catching up, man. I got Stephen G in the building. You got the bet on Nevada. Listen, man, I thought it was a crazy line anyway to have SMU favored by 20 and 20 plus points or something like that. So appreciate you getting in the building, Stephen G. Steve B in the building. What's going on, Steve B? We appreciate you, my guy. Stephen G said college football is back. Week 0, week of upsets. That's right. Stink ass cat, what's going on? He said, no, I didn't think it was hey, I'm with you, stink ass. Like, honestly, I said Georgia Tech would cover the spread anyway. So that's what it is. Boomer 129, what up? Glad you're here, man. Look at our guy USCJ in the building, lost in the sauce. Listen, hey, USCJ, Florida State was lost in the sauce today, my guy. I don't know what was going on with them, dog. Coach, what's up? How about the Georgia Tech? That's right. Pick the upset and put a few green. Hey, listen, Roy Ball, drinks on you, my guy. Drinks on you. Garrett in the building. What's going on, Garrett? We appreciate you getting in, my guy. We appreciate you getting in. Benji showing up. Terrific day today. Hey, it was definitely a good day for me, Benji. I love when the people get in the comments of my previews and they all wrong. So, I'll go back to the comments and say, I asked this one guy, I said, so you still standing on that DJU Florida and the Florida State offense being no drop off? How about that? Yeah. 710 Alpacas, what's going on? We appreciate you showing up.
My girl Chelsea.
All right, we appreciate that. We appreciate that. Coming from Canada?
Yeah.
Feeling it. We appreciate the international love. We appreciate it. Florida State lost in their barbecue sauce. Right. So Stephen G with the update. Right. If you are not watching, it's the end of the third quarter. Or I might be a little bit behind some people or a little bit ahead of some people, but it's Nevada's up 24-13. It's getting real for SMU right here. You can't be picked to be a surprise in the ACC if you can't beat Nevada. That's all I'm saying. Bagman, what's going on, my guy? What's going on? Aller or DJ this season. We'll address that a little bit later. We'll talk about that. Our guy JV, what's going on, my guy? I appreciate you getting in and watching the show. Kim is in the building, always supporting the channel. We appreciate you. Let's see who else is new in the building. I think I might. There we go. Corporate Duck. Real question: was Lincoln Riley FSU's D?
Good, man. That's good.
Good one.
That's
Good one.
good.
Good one. Good one.
Mhm.
Mars Jam is in the building. Hey,
Y'all gonna
never
get
too
your
late.
FHA all wound.
Right. Never too late or too early for the Sooners to be horns down. We appreciate you getting in, Mars Jam. Appreciate you. Right. Who else is in the building? I think I got everybody. Let's see. Nope. Corrections 101. We appreciate you getting in. Say FSU Big Miles have quit the internet, bruh. They was running from Twitter today, dog. They was like, and then like the ones that was on was like, oh, it was always a rebuilding. Yeah, I'm like, that ain't what y'all was saying about a week
Yeah.
ago.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Our guy Neilio in the building. What's up, Neilio? We appreciate the super chat, my guy. Hey, we appreciate you getting in, tapping in with us. John, my guy, what's up? Hey, Bama Talk with John. Y'all make sure y'all go check out my guy, always with the good football content, man. Hey, John. Hey, man, Florida State got to figure something out with that offense, dog. I know me and you kind of talk, but they got to figure something out. You know what I'm saying? Steve Lees is in the building. OUDNA hashtag. Listen, I told y'all we got a full house, man. Full house, man. So, Shawty, back to the game. SMU, first half. You told me when I had to go back and watch the first half, you said not much happened. Something did happen, though. The punter made a bad situation worse.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
SMU, man, unfortunately, as much as I like the coach right now, I really think he has a discipline problem right now. They're just not playing disciplined football. They're having penalties. I saw a player actually get into it with the head coach on the sideline. I don't know if y'all saw that or not. It's just
No.
yeah. So right now, I think he maybe has some players that he maybe end up having to root out before it's all said and done. I don't really think he's as set and settled to come into the conference like I thought he was. Even because I was looking at their schedule and I thought their schedule was very, very favorable. Favorable.
Right.
But looking at this game right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think SMU is the better team.
Okay.
But right now, it's just they're mentally not into it right now.
I can see that too, man. I think top to bottom, they probably definitely got the better athletes overall. Now the question is Rhett Lassie a better coach than the Nevada coach? It's yet to be seen. I mean, Rhett Lassie has done some positive things, but they got some time, man. They down 11. It's still not over, Jason, man. So, hey, man, listen, y'all already know if y'all follow Jason on Hall of Fame College Football, y'all know we still gonna be roommates where we go. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. So, what's going on? What's your thoughts on this game to this point, man?
Oh, the one that we're looking at here.
The one currently, yeah.
It's kind of wild to me that I don't know. Stone looked really good last year, so it's a little bit surprising. But I think I said the other day that it seemed like a lot of points because Nevada is always pretty good, right? So they've been pretty good quite a bit lately, and I don't know, man. I know just living in Vegas as long as I have, they were winning that cannon every year. So
I thought they only won 4 conference games in the last 2 years.
But
usually they
like in like the last 10 years, they were like like a G5 stalwart. Last year they only won 2 games actually, or something like that. But
don't say they only won 4 conference games the last.
But like in the last decade, they kind of been like a G5 stalwart, sort of say. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying they was gonna, they wasn't App State or nothing like that, but they was formidable.
But I mean, it just seems like in SMU we're gonna beat anybody by that much.
Right.
I mean, listen, I don't know, man. It just seems weird.
Listen, we talked about SMU a little bit on our ACC show a couple of weeks ago, and there was some talk, not from us, but there were some talks about them being a surprise team in the ACC.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Andrew, you still think that, or you think this just week 1, or you still think they could be
week 0? It could be that, but they do have a pillow soft schedule this year.
Yes.
I'm looking at the stats right now. 1 for 7 on 3rd down, 0 for 1 on 4th.
Ooh.
That's not how you win a game.
No.
And they're actually losing the turnover battle 1-0.
Definitely could be turning the ball over, yep.
I mean, I don't care about the yards because those could just be empty calorie yards, but they just shanked a field goal. And Nevada played a little trickery, and now they just love to sit on you. They would be so much happier to give you like a 6 minute, 7 minute off the clock and go like 3, maybe 4 drives and then punt, done.
Right.
And SMU, a team that has all this expectation and was supposed to win by 24 points, down 11 with 10 minutes to go, it's not a good sign for Redwood Lashley.
Mhm.
Right. Hey, man.
Maybe they should do the Pony Express, get Eric Dickerson back.
Hey,
But I
listen,
don't think it's coming out that
that
summer.
it's that day and age, right? It's that day and age. They can try to recreate it. I got through the legend say drinks on him, man, because he won 3 Benjamins on Georgia Tech.
Oh wow.
Hey, that's right, Suda. We're gonna hold you to that. Kimberly K is in the building. What's going on? Ray Duffy in the building. We appreciate you. Our guy, Coach. Hey man, y'all go
What's
check
up?
him
Hey,
out,
man,
man.
Coach
And
Tom.
just my humble opinion. That's right. Y'all make sure y'all get over there. Man, listen, I'm just like, I don't know if they got it in them to come back from down 11. I just feel like this. Three quarters of no offense. I don't know if offense go all of a sudden, interject itself. You know what I'm saying?
The other issue with that, though, and it's not just that, it's are they even going to get the ball enough to do that? I mean, Nevada can very
100.
easily sit on this thing 6-7 minute drive, and SMU might get one more possession. And looking at this game heading into it, I really thought styles make fights, and this is just who Nevada is. They're not gonna beat you to death. They're not gonna air it out or anything. They're just a consistent football team. They're going to sustain drives, whether they're scored or not, shorten the game. And for a team like SMU that wants to hang 40, if they're not scoring, now they're in a dogfight. And when you're in a dogfight and your offense isn't cooking, that's not the battle you're going to win against a team that can withstand drives.
They just took 6 minutes off the clock, punted it into the 8-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect. They'll do that all day long. Preston Stone should have been their savior. Why in the world is there another quarterback on the field? That is concerning for week 0 against a team you should win by 3 touchdowns plus.
It took SMU 3 quarters to stop a trips right, split left quarterback draw.
That's what
They ran it 5 times. I know I counted.
Right.
And they were getting chunk plays on them all.
Right. When the first time I saw it, I was like, I actually knew they was running, but I was like, oh, they do it because they had trips right, but all 3 receivers was outside the numbers. I was like, there's no way they can actually run routes. Right. I'm like, come on, bro, use your logic. Like, how are they really gonna what are they gonna do? Like, one guy runs a seam on the sideline, the other guy runs a seam, and then the post. Like, come on, bro, what we doing? Like, they gonna run left. They just trying to flood y'all to the right. And they've been, like Shawty said, they've been doing that like back to back. It's just like it's just ridiculous, though. But that's it. That Shawty though ain't that got to be the defensive coordinator now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be someone in the booth to recognize that. I don't want to talk bad about anybody, but that's bad on the coaches. Somebody has to recognize that at some point.
Okay.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because you look at like the defense, right? Like the defense is playing very undisciplined. You watch the quarterback; he has been outside of that pocket majority of the night, right? What do you do if you have a quarterback who keeps bouncing outside the pocket? It means you need to start bringing the pressure outside. It's a pretty simple concept. You need to bring the pressure, force him back inside, and then make him throw that ball where his vision's at. They're not doing that, man. They're letting him kind of run all over the place. And then you watch the coverage, and the coverage it's brutal, man. Like you are watching these guys, they're trying the way they're moving, the way they're grabbing. Like when you have to do that, you're getting beat, right? When your back is getting thrown, unless you're playing in a zero coverage, which doesn't look like they're doing much of, your back's that ball, and you're having to do that. That's not good. You're getting beat. So, yeah, SMU, man, they need to fix some discipline on defense for sure. I think, or overall.
Real talk. Because I know, like Jake, when you playing safety, like I get like, and I Shawty had a good point. We don't want to just go blaming the D coordinator. Sometimes it's the leaders of the defense, whether it's the linebacker or the safety, say, "Hey, man, recognize these plays, dog. Like let's pay attention to tendencies and let's give more effort." Like you say, it's like if they keep the quarterback keeps getting outside the pocket, let's get some pressure from outside to kind of force him up inside, feed him to these linebackers. But somebody
right.
between the leaders of the defense and the coaching staff, somebody got to figure this out. Or like Jeff said, they just gonna clock beat you the rest of the game.
You know, it's funny because play recognition is like such a big deal for a defense. Like the way a defense is taught from a concept standpoint is it's just like an offense. And Shuddy, you'd say this too, is like when you're putting out there, you're supposed to recognize what the safety's doing, how your corner is lined up, but more so where your safety's lined up, because he's going to give away a lot of what's about to happen based on your route. The same thing on the defensive side. If you're back there, you need to recognize those DBs seeing that split. They should know the rules. There's rules, whether it's a 5x2 bottom rule or a 5x1 bottom rule, right? Like there's rules for where they line up based on the numbers in the hash. So why aren't you correct? Why aren't you recognizing that and correcting it?
That's what I'm saying. If you get done like that once or maybe twice, but after that, like we got to figure something out, dog. And I think time is SMU's biggest issue tonight. So we'll keep watch on that, keep updates. But let's talk about the game that everybody watched this morning, or at least got the news about, and it's that doggone Georgia Tech stuns Florida State over there in Ireland. Listen, when I did my preview, I said that Georgia Tech would cover. I thought they had a good chance to win it, but I wanted to give Florida State the benefit of the doubt with the talent disadvantage I think they should have or do have over Georgia Tech. But maybe it just hasn't clicked so far, Jason. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of transfers, and maybe it's going to take a couple games because we all know you can't sustain success through the transfer portal because it takes a long time to gel. So maybe that's what it is.
We've been talking about this for a while, that there's a lot of things that happen with these all transfer teams, that it's hard to get them to, well, first off, it's hard to get them to kind of mesh together. But the other thing is it's kind of hard to keep them from falling apart whenever things kind of go bad. So to me, I don't know that they fell apart necessarily today. You're flying all the way across the pond, but it just seemed like, to me, a lot of vanilla play calling early on, a lot of check downs, a lot of stuff like that. Of course, it was raining, and you go over there, maybe a little jet lagged. I don't know. But to me, I just felt like it was, once they got a little aggressive, then they were a little bit better. But, when you go down there and, I mean, DJU, they go down and they have a 15-play drive, but he has to convert 2 4th down passes in order to do that. They score a touchdown. That's a 15-play drive, and then they don't even get the ball back. They win it on the expiring deal. So, look, man, to allow Georgia Tech with that vaunted D-line like that to just basically run all over you, 190 yards, wasn't it, something like that?
191.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were supposed to be the best D-line in the country. You're not getting any pressure. You're not getting, Haynes King didn't really have to move too much, and then you're not stopping the run. So what is that about?
Right. Shout out to Kyle Port Ranch getting in on Hall of Fame college football, getting the super chat, $5 super chat. Appreciate that. He says Big 12 officially revokes the invitation for FSU joining the Big 12. They don't want no, they don't want no third world college football programs. Hey, man, listen, it is what it is. Hey, maybe it's just starting out slow. John gets in here and talks about that vaulted defense. That's the thing. It's like, we've heard all season about how good this front is. We expect y'all, if y'all telling us that, we expect y'all the first week, even if you don't look like you look in the week 12, you still look better you look today. CE says, I like to point out that Florida State practice report told us the defense would be top 10 and the O-line was good. I feel better about Oklahoma's O-line now. Okay, I got you. Shawty, you think anything to that? Maybe it's just taking them a little time because they lost 10 people to the draft or something like that, and then Norvell been Porter heavy.
So that's what I was gonna say. So the difference, in my opinion, between the portal last year and this year is, see, last year they only needed supplemental pieces from the portal, right?
Right.
Because they had the major pieces, so it was a lot easier to acclimate just a few special pieces in there. And the pieces that they did bring in shine. This year they brought in all kind of players. Now it take time to gel. You don't know what you're gonna have this year. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I will say, when we're talking about discipline, which I don't normally associate with a Florida State team, they only had one penalty, I think, for 10 yards.
Right.
You
And
know what
that
I'm
didn't happen till like the second half or something, right?
Right. I think Georgia
I don't think
Tech
it wasn't the problem.
Georgia Tech had 3 penalties for 35. So I don't know if it was
About
whether
that.
it was week 0. It was just the fact the referees was way overseas. I don't know, but they, for the most part, it was a penalty-free game. But the one thing I want to say, and I never want to give Georgia Tech no credit. Trust me, that's my nemesis. But Georgia Tech in the trenches, offensively and defensively, are different. Yesterday's prices are not today's prices. That guy has gotten those guys a lot better. And Dabo, you need to do what Tech did. They went in the portal and got that pad rusher. Where he's from? Height.
Romello Height, USCJ territory.
He's going to be a problem on
He's a
3rd and
stud.
long for a lot of teams.
Right.
stud.
That guy.
Also, Georgia Tech's 44. That guy was everywhere in every play, and he looked like he was playing in 1991
With the
across
neck
like
roll.
LeVar Arrington.
With the
Like
neck
it was
roll.
amazing. He had the
Right.
whole neck pad.
Right. Stat, you talked about it in our group chat, man, about Georgia Tech's D line, just like Shawty talked about them trenches. Well, you think that's what won the game for him?
No, what won the game, and it kind of is back to what Shawty was saying about the Nevada game, is not putting it on the defensive coordinator. What won the game is Florida State's inability to stop anybody on defense. Like, yeah, they were getting dominated up front, but when you wrap up Haynes King and he turns a 2-yard run into a 10-yard run, the running back Haynes, they had him locked down a couple times. It felt like every single tackle they were getting drug another 5 or 6 yards. How are you getting anybody off the field? Like at some point, what's the saying? Drop your nuts on them. Like at some point, somebody's gotta have to note about them and just man up and make a tackle. So, but I got into it with the Florida State
South
fans.
Carolina.
I got into it with the Florida State fans, and my thing was they claimed this was going to be the best defensive line in the country. They claimed it was going to be a top 10 defense coming off a season where they gave up 154 yards a game on the ground. So does giving up 190 to a team that loves to run the ball surprise anybody? It shouldn't. And that's why they got beat today.
Well, and not to mention, you're talking 190 on 36 carries with 5.3 yards per average per rush. Like
the quarterback had a lot
here's
to do
the
with
deal. What'd you say, Shotty?
I was just saying the quarterback had a lot to do with that rushing game too.
He had 73 yards.
For Haynes,
they abandoned it in the second half too. They just abandoned the run game.
It's just crazy because you look at Florida State under Adam Fuller, they run like this hybrid 4-3/4-2-5. So they run a base 4-3, and then they'll pull some guys, stand them up, and run like this 4-2-5, like a traditional 4-2-5 package. Well, if you're going to run that, you have to be so solid at your tackles, your D tackles. And tonight, and I'll tell you what, this morning, those tackles got blown up. Like
all night.
That middle,
all morning.
That middle,
all morning.
progress to second level. It was nonstop. And so everything they did underneath worked, right? All they did is spread it out, dump a little screen pass, make the defense get out of the box a little bit. And then they came back and hit them right in the gut. Boom, we're going up the middle. Sorry, you can't stop us. And that took, I think, I'm going to be straight with you. I think that's FSU didn't know how to react. They didn't expect that.
And you and I talked earlier that middle of that D line is what the real problem is. It wasn't like all the D line, and I'm not saying the outside played great like the edges, but those D tackles. Listen, Georgia Tech consistently was able to get to the second level. You know what I'm saying? They was able to. They have 5 people, and they said if you only bring 5 or you bring 4, we can one-on-one with you, and we're gonna keep climbing to the second level so that our guys can get extra yards. That happened all day long, and that starts with the D tackles. If you can't, somebody on that team's got to command a double team. If you ain't sending 6 people, that's all I can say. Somebody got to command a double team, and nobody was commanding a double team.
Nobody.
A team at the Florida State level should not be only 40 yards passing more to a team that is transitioning from the triple option.
That's right.
They literally.
That is just a
now they did get a new OC.
193 to 146.
Yeah.
They're literally out there throwing little short passes, and I mean, you don't even have anybody going deep, much less throwing there. It's wild.
Georgia Tech did better with Florida State with lesser talent. And
I'm telling you,
100. But
amazing.
here's what they did, though. What they did is they set that up all game, because if you watch towards the end of the game, Georgia Tech doesn't have to run anymore. That's where Haynes King was able to make that drive, because they had pulled everybody into the box to stop the run, because their pressure packages weren't working. The middle of their line was weak, right? Which you can't have in this defense. So what they do, they have to pull people in the box. That's when King started hitting those passes down the middle in the space. They started running these mid-tier routes. They're hitting the seams, and they're going, sorry, you pulled the guy in the box. That's what happens, dude. And it worked.
You're beating the trenches on both sides of the ball. You're getting pressure on
Both
your
sides.
quarterback, and you can't do nothing on the other side. So the vaunted D line, the vaunted O line, everybody was talking about how good they're going to be in the trenches in comparison, and they got pushed around. But call it what it is. They got pushed around.
Right. Chris E says FSU's defense was what Colorado had in 2023. Soft in the middle. Trash. Thank you. Trash linebacker play. Let's not put all this on the D line, man. Those linebackers outside of DJ Lundy, man, those dudes was like, hey, man, those dudes was not in the right spot. They was not sifting through the trash like they needed to. I saw one play where DJ Lundy set the edge like he needed to. Number 18, I don't know who that is for Florida State. He was all in the trash in the line, and then with all the offensive linemen, they couldn't sift through it, and the guy just broke through for about 20 yards. I'm like, dog, that was he sent the play right back to you. You're supposed to be scraping the line and be able to find that. Like, we can't do everything for you, dog. So good call on that one, Chrissy, because we can't add all of it on the D line.
I was gonna say in the third phase of the game, which is special teams, Florida State outplayed them.
Oh yeah,
like the 2-point conversion. How does not the coach in the booth see that you outflank and you don't call a timeout? How do you not see that you outflank like that? Well, then they punt the ball and punt them inside the 10. I mean, they was beating them all which way. It just they was getting out coached at the beginning.
I think it was a lot of vanilla too. They just didn't really go for their throat. They didn't go for their throat at all either. That was the thing. It was just like it was very, very close to the chest. You know, Bryce was talking about it to me on text messages. He was like, man, I don't know if they don't trust him or what's going on, but something that's very, very vanilla.
Well, I mean, he trusts a quarterback on his third team in 3 years, and he's never really shown up to his 5-star pedigree. He was the higher rated quarterback than CJ Stroud, who's out there balling in the NFL. He was very close to the chest with Clemson. He does the very same thing with Oregon State, but no one watched. And now it's the first game where everyone watches, and a team that went undefeated last year just got beaten by an amazing, coach and team with Brian Key and everyone at Georgia Tech. But that's got to sting. And now we all see like the limitations of DJ Uiagalelei, because at halftime he had a negative 0.1 air per attempt. The dude can't throw.
I'm with Jason. I think they handcuffed the kid, man.
I don't think they can't throw. He's inconsistent at times. There's no doubt that he's inconsistent at times. I think he would tell you that he's inconsistent at times and he needs to do better. He was 19 and 27. He led that last scoring drive. When they finally started getting aggressive with the play calling, he did something about it. You know?
But the thing, like the 19 and 70% completion percentage, that doesn't count when 13 of those 19 are less than 5 yards and probably 6 or 7 of them behind the line of scrimmage. Like it's pitiful. Like we look in the fourth quarter. He completed
a 4th and 8 and a 4th and 9 in a row.
He had
the first 3 plays before that were crap.
Right, but so
fourth down.
He completed 2 4th downs. But are we gonna say completing 2 4th downs on the game time touchdown drive erases how bad you played the entire game? I watched him throw 2 balls to the cheerleaders on corner routes where the wide receiver was open. The cheerleaders.
He missed the one deep pass that he would have walked in the end zone. No doubt about it. No doubt.
I think this, and I think it can be twofold. Like I say, one of the things that I want to know, and none of us will know because we can't talk to the coaching staff. It's one thing to start your quarterback slow with the play calling, because that's the offensive coordinator's job. It's to start them slow, give them some easy throws, get them warmed up. So you throw some screen plays, you give some pop passes, throw a quick little out or a dig route. But as the game goes along, your play calling evolves. Now, if your play calling evolves, maybe is it that you ain't comfortable in the play calling duty, or you don't trust the guy to do what you want to do? So my thing is DJ got a great arm, but he's always been consistent with the intermediate pass. That's just what I saw.
He's definitely got to be more consistent, no
right.
doubt.
And the play that you brought up, Jason, the wide receiver clearly stacked the DB. When he stacked the DB, he airmailed it 3 yards out of bounds instead of throwing it a little. He could have actually threw it kind of like a skinny
I was
post.
even actually talking about the one he kind of underthrew that he should have caught the ball probably. But if he throws that out in front of him, that's a touchdown.
Well, that play, I'll actually give DJ this. That was great anticipation on the throw because the guy wasn't open when he let the ball go. But where he placed the ball, to your point, it was too low for the and Ja'Kai Douglas tried to make a play on the ball.
I know he
looked
did.
like he was going, like, you know what I'm saying? He looked like he was going to come up with it. Ground kind of, messed that up. Like I say, on the same play, he showed great anticipation like a good quarterback, but the throw wasn't a great throw. So it's the inconsistencies is what I'm seeing from DJ all the time, and it's like I don't know what it is, but maybe it gets better as the season goes on. Jake, you was going to say something?
Yeah, so it's interesting as you watch. So you watch with Georgia Tech, their game plan. You look at their game plan. It was interesting because they're number one. You look at Tyler Santucci, right? He's a good D coordinator. Like he runs a base 4-2-5, but he rotates to a 3-3-5 depending on personnel and depending on how they're playing the game. So we saw a combination of that tonight, and he did a very good job of adjusting quickly and then putting the pressure. Right, bringing that pressure, shutting down the run. They were able to, their gap assignments, they took care of their run fits really well once they got a hold of the adjustments they needed to make. And then from there, you start to see that pressure on DJU because I think the whole idea was to force him to throw the ball. That's how they knew they were going to win. Like FSU has this.
Getting rush yards, you become one-dimensional with a guy that doesn't really complete, a high percentage.
But that's the point I was going to make, Jason. They made DJ one-dimensional. How can you run so much spread offense and the quarterback is not a threat to run the ball? It's you can't do that.
Right. That was one of my points to one of the Florida State fans. It's like DJ is physically capable of running. He had more yards than Jordan Travis last year. But DJ is not capable of making plays with his feet. That's two different things, and I think that's why. Because DJ's a passer. He's a passer. I know this size says he's a runner, but that's not DJ's mindset. It never has been. It's he's a passer. I mean, he can run. He can get those short yards.
Stop it! They are on gag alert. They just got a safety. So, hey, I'll tell you this, DJ
right before you go, Jake. Shout out to my brother, man. He's a Miami Hurricane fan. I know he is loving FSU.
Really good this year.
And the performance they didn't put on today. Shout out, bro. Appreciate you getting in. Go ahead, Jake. Pop ahead.
Well, here's the thing: is like it's funny because one of the things that I had talked about preseason was I said, DJ. There was a point in time at Clemson where he does look the part, but something falls off, right? I had said this before. I forget which stream it was, but something, it seems like, falls off. He goes to Oregon State. His mechanics look weird. His release looks weird. Like the ball is not going in there. Like he's not putting the ball in the pocket. I thought maybe we were going to see something different. Like, hey, he needed a fresh start. He gets renewed. I'm going to be honest with you. His mechanics today did not look very good. Like you watch that ball, and it's float. I mean, are we playing Duck Hunter? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, like literally, there's multiple out routes where you're sitting there going, dude, we know you're a big dude. We know you can throw it. Like, what has kind of happened with some of the things going on with you as far as the quarterback side? Like,
this guy was also like the second coming of Trevor Lawrence.
Well, yeah,
we 5-star after the 5-star.
Yeah. But I think so. I think we
way off
like
that.
Yeah,
hey guys, SMU is 23-24. They don't came back.
Yeah,
that's what Jason was saying. But John says Tyler Santucci called a great game for Georgia Tech. Yes, he did. Roydell Williams could not get started at all. Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know you might be a little high on Roydell, man, but I think Roydell average at best. That's just me. Until he showed me
I do
different.
too.
He just averaged at best, man. Their best running back is Toafili. Toafili only got 8 carries. Roydell got 12.
Yes.
Toafili was much more effective. He's been one of their best running back. Even when they had Benson last year, like Toafili is the guy they should be leaning on. And I'll say this in DJ's defense. Once again, he's in a situation where there are no experiencing good receivers outside of Ja'Kai Douglas. Gave a great effort today. Hakeem Williams.
How many
I don't
times
know
can you make an
if
excuse?
Hey
Right.
guys, let me ask you a
Third
question.
team, 3 years. I guess that's how many.
What? How do you run? How do you run? You are in the end zone. Nevada is in their
Yeah.
own end zone. They have the
They run a
quarterback
zone
in the
read, that the running
shotgun
back
and
has
run a
no
zone
zone.
read in the end zone. Who
Wow.
does that?
That's
Nasser.
No,
That's
bro.
some top play calling right there, buddy. Why don't you
That's
just
your
run a
playbook.
jet sweep?
But in the end zone, though,
So
No, but
I
No.
didn't watch all of the college
You
game
asking
days
for a
this
safety.
morning, but we
Right.
have the vaunted Florida State D-line. They
Right,
had
right.
0 sacks and 3 tackles for loss. Georgia
Right.
had 2
Stat.
sacks and 7.
So, Stat, you
What
said
the hell are
Crazy.
you
SMU.
talking about? Vaunted
Right. Oh,
defensive
okay,
line?
hold on, Andrew. Like we jumping back to this SMU right quick. You said that's
Oh,
their
okay.
offense, but any smart OC knows not to run RPO from the end zone, dog.
No, I mean,
He's
come on,
in a
man.
shotgun. First of all, you
Le'Veon
already
Bell
on the
gone,
1
buddy.
yard line.
Hold on. Let Stat get a chance to respond.
My bad,
Hold on.
Stat. My bad, Stat.
Yeah.
But the thing is you don't put him under center if that's not who Nevada is.
No,
Just-
he's not saying put him in the shotgun, but he's running it like you can run a pass play, or you still can run it. You can run the running back. Just because you're in a shotgun doesn't mean that just because you're in the end zone doesn't mean you always put them up under center. That's what I think.
Yeah, no, but so my thing is they ran the zone read. If that's the play they like, I can't fault Nevada for that because that's who they are as a team. I mean, you want the quarterback to throw his 14th pass of the game? Like
No. I'm saying the opposite, Stat. Not to cut you off, but I'm saying the opposite. Listen. All you do, you put the quarterback under the center. I don't care if you do 3 quarterback sneaks and punt the ball. You do not
100.
be on the 1 yard line and you put the quarterback in the shotgun where he's 4 yards in the end zone. You don't do that.
You do if you don't practice snaps under center.
Man, you got to have a formation where you put the quarterback on the center. That's just football.
They run everything out of the shotgun, and before that, they ran everything out of the pistol. So if that's who you are now with the game on the line, instead of a safety, it could be a touchdown because you mishandled the snap.
That's what happened. That's what happened. They mishandled the snap. If you watch, the ball goes up to the dude's head, and then he juggles and tries to get it out. But here's the thing about it is in that play call, why wouldn't you spread everybody out like you've been doing already? Because their defense is always showing you that they're going to move. And with that being said, why don't you just go up the middle? You're already running the guy all game long. Sit in a pistol and go, bro. Sit in a pistol and go.
I don't necessarily have a problem. I get what Shawty's saying. I don't necessarily have a problem with the snap. I got a problem with the play.
Yes.
Like Stat said, if you don't, I'm with both of y'all on different levels. So Shawty, I'm with you. As a coach, I don't care if it's like 10 minutes of practice. We always gonna practice under center, and if we don't practice nothing, we practicing quarterback sneak, whatever it is, so that when we in that situation, I'm not even thinking first down. I'm thinking get out the end zone so we can punt. That's right. It.
Absolutely.
That is it. But if I come into a game and I haven't practiced that, I ain't calling zone read. I'm just gonna call quarterback. I'm just like, hey man, get your ass out the end zone.
Might as well just run a jet sweep. Run a jet sweep.
Right. Like, or listen, I'd have rather you, like Jake said, spread them out and send somebody on the seam route and say, hey man, get your ass down the field. We're gonna throw as far as we can. Because if they intercept it, it's like a punt anyway.
Right.
Anything you gotta do as a coach, you gotta get it away from that goal line, even if you're not anticipating a bad snap, so that you can have more space to punt the ball. You know what I'm saying?
I guess the way I look at it is, even if it just straight up got blown up and it wasn't a bad snap and it gets blown up for a safety, if I'm going down, I'm going down with my bread and butter. And if that's
they just ran a quarterback draw right now. They just they snapped the ball to him and he's gone up the middle. They just did it. Where the hell was that? on that other play. That's
As
all.
a football coach, if
Come
you
on,
don't
man.
listen, if you play the quarterback position as a football coach, it's no way that I'm going to coach my quarterback and he never gets under the center for no situation. It's called situational football. That's bad coaching, bad play calling. He's a quarterback.
But I guarantee you, if we go, I guarantee you we could go walk colleges right now and talk to any high schooler that has come from a true spread, and they probably don't know the last time they've been under center. I'm just saying so it's
we
bad
get it. We
around.
get it. We get it. Like that's what I think we understand what you're saying, Stat. Like we understand they don't practice it. The point is they should be, even if it ain't but for a couple of plays. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't situational football. Like they don't spend all practicing 4th and 5. But I bet you good coaches are practicing 4th and 5 at some point because they know at some point they might be down and they need to get a first down. They ain't got no timeouts or the time is running out. Like those are the kind of things you do as a coach. You prepare for the unseen, even if you never use it. And that's so what we can do is we can't chalk that up to their coach because you gotta have. But like what I was saying is what Jason said. They ran a quarterback draw. That's what I'm talking about.
They just ran it with him. That's the whole point. Is they just ran it with him. So if you're gonna do it two plays later, whenever you're on your next drive, you could have done it there sometime. I mean, you can't run that play. You just can't run that play. And I would rather see you throw the ball on a quick out or something like that, or just a little bubble. I'd rather see you do that. Get the ball out fast, or than to something that takes forever to develop. And they're bringing heat because you're in the end zone.
And it's so hard. It's so easy to misread the zone read too. Like you read your key like a second too late or whatever.
And you don't just running back the ball running downhill. He's standing still. He has no momentum.
That's right.
Right.
Coach, and the zone read is delayed. A zone read is delayed. It's a delayed handoff.
You're right, and you're reading your keys.
Terrible play call, dude.
Coach,
terrible. That's bad.
Is this the final score for the Florida A&M Norfolk State, Coach? If it is, shout out to the Rattlers.
Oh man.
Yeah. Hey, Andrew. So we back on the Florida State. We're gonna hop back to the Florida State right quick.
That is final, by the way, Coach. That is final.
Okay. Benji says, how many of DJ's throws were under 5 yards? In the first half,
all of them.
It was 11 of 12 for 73, 80 yards. And him, and actually, I know they won the game, but let's not act like
7 yards per pass play.
Let's not act like Haynes King was throwing. Now Haynes King didn't have to; he wasn't required to. They didn't make him one-dimensional. But in the first half, him and DJ together were 1 for 8 on passes over 5 yards. That was terrible. Just period. I mean, I know, but again, Haynes King had less of an incentive to have to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think they wanted to try to tell them about Gaelic football or English Premier League football, where everything is a run instead of a pass. I actually think like Haynes King put that team on his back in the second half. He was lowering his shoulder after every big old run. And there were times that he was just like doing that naked bootleg, or he was just sprinting to the sideline and he was picking up more and more yards. And instead of like, going to this, he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna lower some boom. Georgia Tech is probably the most unsexy team in the ACC, but guess what? They're 1-0 and they know exactly their limitations. It's kind of like when you start playing an NCAA football game and you're with a bad team. All you want to do is keep it within the hashes for tight end passes or quick curls, or you want to do an outside zone, or you want to do like a quick little zone read. And all they did is play within their strengths. And although the offensive line was ranked lower than the Florida State line, I think they showed up very well. And Georgia State's defense was more of like a bend, don't break. And I think Brent Key has these guys winning. I mean, they're 5-0 in ACC play. Now, he's going to probably be the next Arkansas coach because we know how that's going to go. But, for that time, I'm going to watch Georgia Tech a little bit differently. And I think they went out there with all the same trials and tribulations that Florida State did with terms of like jet lag and everything, but they came up and they played bully ball and they played within their strengths. And I don't think there's a false note there because of as amazing as Florida State's vaunted defense was, 0 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. Florida State,
They didn't do
1 sack,
nothing.
7 tackles for loss. You're telling me that Georgia Tech actually had more sacks and tackles for loss than a team that paid $17 billion for people to come in the transfer portal? Good for Brent Key. Good for the program.
The Saudis are going to want
Good
their
for
money
Georgia
back,
Tech.
bro. The Saudis are going to want their money back.
So, Jason, let me ask you. I posed this question in stat earlier when we was talking on the phone. Obviously, we all saw Georgia Tech has improved on defense. They have. Now, to what level, we don't know yet. To what level. Now, does this game say more about how good Georgia Tech's defense is or how bad Florida State's offense is?
I mean, they were getting past the line. That's all I know. They're in the backfield, in his face all day. So, I mean, yeah, it could be a little bit of both. It could be a little bit of both. We talked about this early in the season. Remember what the other thing I would say is you still got to remember 63-3. That's a hangover.
Florida State fans don't want to hear that.
We've been saying it. We've been saying it, though, on my channel, on your channel, everywhere else, that you don't always just shake that shit off.
Hey, it might be, dog. It might be.
And they've been bitching and complaining for the entirety of the freaking, off season. That's all they've done. Wah, wah, wah. And yelling at Herbie and everything else. At some point, man, Norvell they don't have any responsibility in any of this.
Shawty, same question, man. Testament to how good, like, again, we noticed the improvements on Georgia Tech's defense, but is this more of a testament to them on how good they've gotten or how much of a step back Florida State has taken on offense?
Kind of like with Jason, I'm gonna say it's a little bit of both, but like I said in the beginning, I've been watching Georgia Tech for a long time. Their body types have changed. They have different players. This ain't the same Georgia Tech. And I know this is just the first game, but I'm just watching the speed of the defense. I'm watching assignment football. And I mean, they look to par. Now, to your point, I don't know how good they are yet because I think Florida State maybe read too many newspapers and just thought they was probably a little bit better than they were too as well. But from an athletic standpoint, they have a better roster than Georgia Tech. Right. But Georgia Tech has improved on the trenches on both sides of the ball for sure.
I got you. Richard, are you saying that Nevada has 13 regular season games? I don't know how that's possible. I know they're in the G5, but you sure about that? Check for me. Jake, same thing, dog. You kind of with them. It's kind of a little bit of both, or is this just a testament to one or the other?
No, I mean, it's definitely both, but at the same time, I will say this. I think Georgia Tech has a better defense than people give them credit for. I mean, all of us, we looked at the stats. You look at the percentage of what they were returning production-wise, and I'm going to be honest, that I did not think the defense was going to do it. Now, that's where you have to give Tyler Santucci a huge amount of credit. His scheme worked for what they had as players. He was able to, and again, this new thing that we are seeing with defenses having a base, but really playing out of a multi-dimensional front, right? It throws offenses off. It was crazy, man. Like Florida State, they looked really powerful in the first quarter. They really did. Yeah. They ran the ball well. Okay. Right. I'm going to give a big shout out to Florida State's kicker because that dude was draining them from downtown, dude.
Right.
From downtown. Right. 59 yards. That's crazy. But
yeah, dude, that was wet and for you.
Bro,
but he was grilling them.
He was on point.
Looked like the thicker kicker.
But you have to, but you give it, you look at Georgia Tech's defense, though, man. Georgia Tech's defense, their ability to adjust and get after DJU and shut the run down and then sack him and put pressure on him, bro.
And that's because of the players. Like Georgia Tech normally have to overextend them. I'm sorry, Cole. They'll have to overextend themselves to get pressure. But now with the different athletes and the body types they have, To your point,
Yeah.
that's why it's looking like that.
Right.
Mhm.
Listen, man, we're gonna keep an eye on this. This game is interesting. SMU got the ball, and they are
Winner here.
about 10 yards, maybe 12 outside of field goal range, and it's 2 minutes left. So we'll keep our eye on that. Listen, man, we're gonna keep talking about this Florida State. Y'all get y'all opinions in, but I want to introduce something new on the snap count, man. We're gonna do what we call the tailgate ticket, man. It's kind of like the helmet sticker. You just pick somebody from the day, from any team that you want to shout out, and let us know, who he play for, things of that nature. And I'm gonna start this thing off, man. I'm gonna give the tailgate ticket to number 1 for Georgia Tech defense. He's a cornerback, man. Dude was shut down in the pass game, and he was coming up in the run game making plays all 4 quarters, man. That dude, I don't know what his name is, but he wears number 1, and he's a cornerback, and he was out there doing the thing, man. So shout out to number 1. You definitely get a tailgate ticket this week, my guy.
Lamiles Brooks.
Lamiles Brooks. I thought his last name was Brooks. Lamiles Brooks was out there playing. Dude, and to Shawty's point, his characteristics, his measurables, as my guy B. Shaw would say. The NFL definitely gonna be taking a look at this guy because of the potential that he seems to have. Again, just playmaking ability all over the field. Jake, I know you got you a tailgate ticket to hand out. Who you handing out the tailgate ticket to?
Oh man, I'm handing a tailgate ticket out. Got to, man. You can't. Georgia Tech's defense. That defense as a whole. That defense as a whole played big. Defense as a whole played big. That defense won that game. So
Right.
Georgia Tech defense, brother. Tailgate ticket.
Hey, we've seen it. Definitely better than it was last year. And what's crazy, they only brought back like 4 or 5 people. That's crazy. So it's not like it had they had some cohesion going on. Stat guy, tailgate ticket, man. Who you think getting a tailgate ticket today?
Look, man, I'm going with an individual off of Georgia Tech's defense. I'm taking the DB, Amari Harvey. Came up with a huge 4th down stop, breaking down on it, getting a one-legged wrap up. And then the following drive came up with the stop on 3rd down. Just 2 clutch open field tackles back-to-back on plays that normally a Florida State guy may shake a Georgia Tech defender off, and it's a house call.
There it is, man. There it is. All right, Andrew, I saved you because I know I just told you about this, but if you had to give out a tailgate ticket today, who would get it? And it could be from this SMU Nevada game as we're playing, or the New Mexico Montana. What is it? Who was New Mexico?
Montana State.
Montana
You
State.
know
Who
what?
actually
I will
came?
go that way.
I called that one too.
I've actually seen Montana State a couple times in my life. So Tommy Malott, they call him Touchdown Tommy. He's number 4. He came back, drove down the field, beat New Mexico State. It's number 4 from
Not New
Montana
Mexico State.
Not
Tommy
New Mexico
Malott. State. Not
Montana
New Mexico State.
Montana State. Go Bobcats.
Montana State beating New Mexico. I got you. You're right.
They beat New Mexico. Sorry.
Yeah. Right. I got you, Jason. Yeah. New
Mexico. I got my undergrad at New Mexico State. We are not listening to this Lobo shit.
Sorry. New Mexico, led by Bronco Mendenhall. Nice. You might know that.
It's wild that Bronco's their coaching, but I mean, he's a heck of a coach.
He could just hang out there like for 10 years and no one would know.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, he's gonna have to win at some point. And losing.
When's the last time New Mexico's won anything?
Yeah, but Rocky Long was winning a little bit there, but it's been a while.
Yeah, Obama was in office when Rocky Long was quarterback. So don't worry.
Might have been when but yeah, he won a few games. Either way. Montana State goes in there. They were down 31 to it's like 31 to 7, I think it was, whenever the game got started.
Right.
Hey, yeah, go ahead and tell me what happened.
17-0.
I was about to say, before we get into yours, Shawty, you going crazy over there. Oh, I see why you going crazy.
Yes, my bad, Jay. That was my excitement, Jay. I didn't mean to interrupt, but he dropped one in the bucket on that one.
He
just
did,
dropped one out. He
did. I'm a little bit behind. Of course, depends on where you at, who your internet provider, all that. So I just saw the touchdown pass to number 80, looked like 81 or what it was. Hey man, he dropped it right in the bucket.
They got away with one right before
82,
that. He took the
82.
same spot, and the guy freaking
82.
pushed him, and
Thanks,
the
Jay.
ref didn't do nothing. So then they just went right back to it.
Right,
Crazy.
right. Harry Leggett says Key is a better head coach and has better assistant coaches than so that's Georgia Tech, Florida State. Check the schedule. Dang, hey, I just tough. I wasn't doubting you, Richard. I was just saying, I was just wanting to make sure because that's crazy. About Nevada having 13 regular season games, by the way. That's what it was, so
yeah, they only have 2 bye weeks this year, including having to play on week 0.
That's weird.
Tough. Yeah, 13 games. Yeah, 13 games.
Wow. 59-yarder. Right. Everybody's stunned by the TD. Hell of a long TD for Staines. Yes. And they got a minute 18, Nevada, that is, to figure it out, bro.
But that's not their offense.
They got to get in the zone.
That's not their offense, right? That's not their offense. As Chris E says, Georgia Tech had great linebackers and DBs. They were, in every play, stopping the run, but that was due to Novell's one-dimensional offense. I could kind of go with that. All right, Jason, in just today, like I said, hey, you might even want to pick number 82, but who would you say gets the tailgate ticket today from any of the games?
Montana State, man. I got to say Montana State. We were just talking about it, so why not? Right. They're down 31-7. They come back and win. This is always a good day when the low blows loose.
Right. Listen, listen. 2-point conversion. Did he get his feet down? He didn't get it. Oh, he's saying it. Okay. But you're right. Listen, man. Down 31-7. You supposed to close that out. And it looks like we're about to have a little bit of the same here. It wasn't 31-7, but it was a good double digits. Right. Double digits going into the fourth quarter. You got to be able to hold on to that. Stephen G says tailgate ticket goes to all of us college football fans. We survived the offs. Right. Tailgate tickets to college football fans. We're going to add one in there to all the fans who had to deal with the offseason. You're right, man. Listen, first season of the 12-team playoff. You know what I'm saying? Things are already starting off wacky. Everybody got more of a chance, you know what I'm saying, to get in there. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So y'all a little bit behind me, but y'all feel free to react to whatever's going on the screen with this with this game.
Yeah.
So
all right.
And my little ticket go to the defensive end for Height from Georgia Tech, man. I think he has something that. He has something that we talk about that Georgia needs. He has a disruptor on the front line. And once you have a disruptor on the front line, that allows you as a DC to call a hold. It lets you go very deep in your bag. So shout out to Hype from Georgia Tech. He get my tailgate ticket.
There it is, man. I was definitely, I'll come to you, dog. But USC transfer to Georgia Tech, Romello Height, making his impact feel. See, this is what happens. I'm glad you made him your tailgate ticket because I wanted to say this earlier. This is what happened to fan bases, though. They'll see a Romello Height come in first game. The transfer's paying off. And then they think anytime they get a transfer from a big name program, this dude's supposed to come in first game, be that. Everybody ain't Romello Height, man. That's the exception, not the rule in most cases. Sometimes it takes guys a couple of weeks, couple of games even to you said it ain't their offense. They're getting some first downs there, Jeff. It takes a guy a couple of weeks, couple of games to get acclimated. Okay. To get acclimated to, the new system. But shout out to Romello Height, man. Neilio said, I think I might be 5 minutes behind. Listen, I'll be honest with you, Neilio. I was pausing it earlier, so I don't know how far behind because I never hit live. I hit the live button to go live, so I could be a lot further behind than everybody else. Listen, man, regardless of whether you're watching it on the Jason's channel, my channel, or Set the Tone College Football, or the Facebook, or wherever, hey, man, y'all make sure y'all hit the thumbs up button, man. We got a house full tonight, man, a house full. So Bobcats didn't cover. Okay. I like UNM. I like TU.
Like I like TU. I like UNM like I like TU. Like Texas. It's about the same.
I got you. You know,
OP
hey
Light.
Jason, I ain't gonna lie. You know, the SEC. You know, they went through that whole who's gonna be UT and all that stuff. When you put TU, I'm thinking like Texas State or something because I'm like, I'm
total
so used to
shot,
seeing.
total shot at him, bro. You
I know
already
I'm used to seeing TX, that's why it threw me. So hey man, shout out to the Georgia Tech fan in here. We appreciate you pulling up on one of the channels and say go Georgia Tech going to beat Miami. I mean, let's pump the brakes.
I don't know about that one.
Hey, you got to get a passing game. You got to get a passing game if you're gonna beat Miami. I'm gonna tell you because what you won't do to Miami is bully them in the trenches. Because if nothing else, I know we've been hard on Cristobal this offseason, but one thing he has gotten straight going into this year that he didn't have straight the last 2 years, he got that O line and that D line ready. I'm telling you, listen, man, they got to do the.
Do you really believe that, Coach? Do you really believe that?
The trenches, yeah. I think the trenches is his thing. He had that at Oregon, even though I didn't think he handled his quarterbacks the right way at Oregon. And now that's a question. I don't know. But as far as just the trenches, they will not push Miami. They push Florida State around today, though. They pushed them around.
Oh, facts. No doubt about that. No doubt about that.
I just whether they win the game or not, they definitely not. I don't think they pushing Miami around in the trenches. That's just what I'm thinking. Like that's if nothing else, they won't push them around now. Whether or not the skill players gonna come to play.
South Beach, bro.
So
I do got a question for the panel.
What's up?
Does Florida State pull the plug and go to the redshirt freshman if they get beat by Syracuse next week?
Ooh.
All right, I'll let you take this one first, Jake.
Yeah, so I don't think they pull the plug right away. I think you'd probably see that. You'd have to go into game. You probably have to lose 3 in a row, and even then, I think they would assess other options. I think they're right now the blame. A lot of people are going to sit here and they're going to put it all on DJU, right? Like they're going to say, "Oh, well, he couldn't make plays." The facts are, is the offensive line should have done a better job. Let's just be honest, right? Maybe the offensive coordinator could have put them in a better situation too, right? Like, let's think about the play. Let's think about what type of style of player you have. What is his strength? What is his weaknesses, right? I mentioned something earlier. We watched DJU today throwing out routes. Guess what? That's not his strength. So in the end of the day, I think the biggest thing it comes down to, right, is what are they going to do? What areas are they going to assess? They do have a strong running back game, or they should. It got shut down today in the second end of the second half. So I don't know if we'd see it after next week, but I potentially by game 4, if you're 0-4 or your quarterback play is not progressing by game 4, then you probably are looking at different options. Yes.
Right. So what I'll say, I kind of agree with a lot of that, man. I definitely don't think because actually right now I'm telling you, depending on the spread, I'm definitely taking Syracuse in the spread and whatever point spread it is, because I already was high on Syracuse coming into the year. That's not just because of today, but I think a lot of things go into pulling the quarterback. Like you have to be like, okay, pulling the quarterback means that you think he's the problem. Like Jake was laying out, there's a lot of problems with Florida State today, and DJ was one of them, but he wasn't he was a problem. He wasn't the problem. First off, you can't have the guy throwing throws that he might like. Even if he thinks he's good at it, if you're the coach and you notice it, you shouldn't be doing it because you know he ain't good at it. But the offensive line got to block better. The wide receivers have to make plays. While DJ didn't play great, I watched 3 times where the ball hit the wide receiver in the hand and they just dropped it. And they ain't even had it wasn't even no hard coverage on them. And then you go to the defensive side of the ball. Again, the D line was trash. Only like one linebacker played good. I mean, I don't know if I could really put anything on the secondary a lot because it ain't like, Georgia Tech was throwing it downfield and things of that nature. So, I mean, but there's a lot of blame to go around. Outside of the only person that can walk in to the film room and know he ain't going to get chewed out is the kicker. He hit a 52-yarder and a 59-yarder. Outside of that, everybody can get it in that film room coming up, man. Shout out to Sooner Legends Podcast. He said his tailgate ticket goes to the panel tonight for great coverage. We appreciate you. Andrew, if they lose to Syracuse next week, do you pull DJ or do you ride along and let everything else try to see if it improves?
First of all, quick change. They don't play Syracuse next week. They play Boston College.
Okay.
And
shout out for the correction.
4 of the next 5 games will be at home. So they have Boston College, Memphis, Cal, and Clemson. That's in the 5th game. So if you lose to Boston College with the new coach, with Bill O'Brien, the new quarterback, Memphis, tricky, Cal, who in the world knows, SMU, we just saw, and then Clemson, I mean, I really don't see them making a quarterback change for BC, Memphis, Cal, or SMU. If they lose one of those games, they will probably lean to making that change like Clemson. I mean, it's not like Clemson hasn't made quarterback changes in the past couple of years with Cade Klubnik and what they expect, because they have a bye week, then they play Duke, and then they play Miami. So we're going to know a lot more about what Florida State is or is not in a very short amount of time. If you spent all that money and you basically built your entire offense around DJU, I probably wouldn't see them completely stripping that away unless something catastrophic happens before October 5 versus Clemson at home.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question here, Coach I?
Yeah,
It's not weird that we're asking the Penn State guy about quarterbacks and crappy offensive play.
Hey,
Come
man,
on.
listen, man.
I'm used to it. Come on, what are you sick of me?
Right. I was about to say, not for
I'm
nothing.
used to it.
Not for nothing. Andrew
I had to
did.
bust your chops on that, bro. Come on.
We
now.
didn't have
Right. Andrew did
HCTV
come
last year.
down
We
on
had a
Drew
good
Allen a
offense.
lot last year. So
I know he did.
to
I'm
that
just
point.
messing
But
with you.
but Jason, what's your thoughts on that?
On whether or not you got to bench him, I don't know, man. I don't think that there's. I think there's other issues going on. I think you need to protect him. I think you need to run better plays. I didn't see them doing that at all. I'm not gonna, you guys know I'm a DJU fan, so I'm not gonna sit here and kill him on this. Whenever there was a lot of things that went wrong. You didn't protect him. You didn't do well on your own defensive line and get after Hanks King or stop the run. That they can all catch it. Like you said it yourself, they can all get it for today. So I'm not gonna talk about. I'm not gonna just throw this all on DJU. I'm not.
Got you. So now let me ask you this: is there anything that can happen at this point, in your opinion? I mean, going forward, regardless, that could get him pulled?
I mean, yeah, you got to go out there and be the reason that they're losing.
All right, I got you. All right, Shawty, what you say?
Well, I say this right here. It goes a lot into pulling a quarterback. And I'm kind of in agreement with Jason right here on this one. I'm gonna be honest with you. Just watching the offense as an OC, you gotta help your quarterback out better.
Right.
The play calling was just, I mean, he was just dinking and dumping. If you know your quarterback, you don't build to somebody's point. If you don't build your offense around this quarterback, you got to play to his strengths. And if that's gonna be your strength, he's not going to win any games from you. He might not lose them, but he's not going to win any games for you. And that's what I saw today. Granted, the offensive line wasn't great or anything like that, but as the OC, you got to use all of his qualities. Big arm. He needs to, if you're going to run him in a spread offense, he needs to be a threat to run the ball, or you need to get rid of the zone read.
All right, Stat, your own question.
Yeah, so for me, I think if they lose another ACC game before Clemson, I don't see them starting the Clemson game. Or at least it wouldn't if I was the head of the program. And the reason being is you coming off a 13-0 season that you didn't go to the playoffs, you felt snubbed. It's playoffs or bust this year. And if you're 0-2 in the conference or you have 2 conference losses before Clemson, that dream is dead and over with. And so at that point, I'm preparing for the future. If I'm going to
in that room, though,
but what's the skill set of the backup? If he's the same type player as DJ, I mean, what are you running?
If I'm going to suck, I'm going to suck with the redshirt freshman. I'm not going to suck with a senior that's alone.
No, save that. Yeah, why mess up his body?
Come on, man. He, at South Carolina, you can go 5-7. You're not doing that at Florida State by putting in a redshirt freshman. Come on.
But it's the same thing though. DJ doesn't win football games. He might not lose football games, but he doesn't. Give me one time in his entire career where he's won the football game for the team. That's not who he is. He is a dink and dunker. This is the offense for him. And clearly this offense isn't set up to be successful.
But he beat the young kid out. That's what I'm saying. So if he beat the young kid out, you done paid this guy. I don't know why you would bring the young kid and waste. I don't understand this. That you got to go with the older guy. The problem that I have with them is you got a guy who's in his 4th or 5th year, and you cuddling him like he's a first year player. Let the ball rip.
No kidding. You're going to go out there and lose whenever you're not even throwing the football. And he did take them on a 15-play drive to tie the game. They didn't get the ball back. You can blame that on DJU if you want to, but when they started calling a decent play calling game, or well, on 4th down anyway, but that was 15 plays. Both of those 4th down plays, I mean, they're over 6 yards. You had I think 7 and 9. He goes out and throws balls over the middle with authority that you have to make that throw. In the end, I'm not saying that he played great. I'm not telling you he played great, but I'm telling you that when they called something down the field, he stepped up and made throws at it.
He made the 2 throws on 4th down. They were also in the 4th down.
And that's an important time of the game to make those throws, is it not?
But they were in those 4th downs because he
shit
missed
weren't
third
they?
downfield.
No,
They should have
he
never
didn't.
come to 4th down.
Those two 4th downs were in succession, and they weren't even making throws. And they were running first down run plays, predictable as you can be, not doing anything different. It was a completely vanilla playbook. I'm going to tell you that he's not the greatest quarterback in the world. I'm also going to tell you that wasn't a great call game.
I agree.
Those 4th down calls
with
that he did convert.
I agree with both of those points. I agree with both of those points, and this is my thing going forward. And it's going to be interesting to see me as an OC or head coach.
Well, he's both. Norvell calls the plays.
Okay. So this is the thing going forward. Like if I'm like somebody told me, I want to say this on somebody put on the comments after the game that Norvell tries to fit a square peg in a round hole. I don't know if that's what he's doing with DJ. You know, I watched Florida State, but I don't know enough about Norvell's play calling. But for some reason, they wasn't calling. It's not like DJ wasn't taking shots. They just wasn't calling plays for him to take a shot. My question is, why is that? I don't know. You don't spend the whole game trying to get a guy comfortable, especially if you're starting out with a conference opponent. You might spend a half getting. So, and then this is my thing, Shawty. I get what you're saying. Like you are bringing this guy over here. First of all, they supposedly had a quarterback competition. He beat the guy out. They paying the guy money, but why am I not? Again, this is Georgia State. This is a conference game. They ain't start out with like an out of conference. Like I mean, you saving the downfield passing plays.
Let it rip. That's what I'm saying. That man in his field. Somebody said 6 years. Let it rip.
But like I say, my question is to try to figure out why they wouldn't let it rip. Why is that?
Right. Okay. I figure.
Why is that?
They probably see him in practice.
Yep.
Is that what you think?
Like, to be honest with you, that's going to be a big part of it. Like I'll tell you guys right now, like if they're watching him through the game, I think, don't get me wrong, I think the way he played in the end, throwing the ball, probably gave them more confidence for the next few weeks. So will we see them continue that same game plan? No, we're not going to see that. We're not going to see the same. We're going to see that progression through the passing game a lot faster than what they did today. Today, they were very conservative, to be honest with you. And that hurt them because I think they thought they were going to own the running game. And when that got shut down, that threw off everything. So you're now going, okay, we're going to rely here. Again, Georgia Tech did it. I think that was Georgia Tech's game plan. They wanted, if you're going to beat us in the air with DJ and with these wide receivers that aren't proven.
Right.
That's what I would have done. Like, I mean, come down to it, beat us that way. We're going to shut you down up front though. And they were able to do it and it worked. So,
right.
Sorry, Stat. I had to bust your chops one more time.
What?
He put South Carolina fans in the chat. Stat guy. He says, "Stat guy." Steve Lee says, "Stat guy, you're the guy who throws the baby out of the bathwater and the bathwater too. DJ wasn't the problem. The problem was poor play, poor blocking. Definitely pathetic play calling." Hold on, Steve Lee. He wasn't the problem, but he was a problem. Let's not act like he's a part of the problem. That's what I've been saying since Clemson. DJ hasn't played great, but people try to pin it on when they try to pin it on DJ, solely on DJ. All of the things Steve Lee's listed here goes along with it, but that everybody on offense, can't nobody other than effort. Like I say, Davis, his effort was great, but outside of that, like wasn't much going on the defense. What you gonna say, Stat?
My thing to that though, and this is why I kind of brought it up to begin with, is we've seen enough of DJ, right? He's been around long enough. We know he doesn't extend plays. We know he doesn't look to run. He wants to be pass first. You clearly have some real issues with the offensive line. If the backup quarterback is more mobile, is actually a real dual threat quarterback that's going to look to run, it could be a better fit for the offense, how this offense is built.
I noticed you said if.
Bruh, you had Lenore Sellers at South Carolina last year, and they weren't putting his ass in the game over Spencer.
Well,
Because Spencer's a good quarterback.
Spencer was good.
Have a good night.
Was he good all the time?
He was good. He was good at South Carolina. He wasn't good at Oklahoma. He didn't live up to the 5-star.
You got to stop with that. He's good.
Bro, he was good.
You got to stop with that. He's good stuff. You got to stop with that. He's good stuff.
You got to let the hate go.
Spencer Rattler was decent.
Yeah.
Bro,
where the hell is DJ? You've been good,
bro. Hold on. Spencer Rattler is not good. Stop
what?
It.
Oh,
Stop
man.
Bro.
No,
South Carolina.
Oh man.
I gotta go. I gotta go, bro. I'm out on that one. Y'all have a good night.
Hey man, listen.
That's funny. I've seen the guy come apart more than once, man.
Listen, man. But you've seen him come apart in Oklahoma, dog. He played good.
Seen him come apart in South Carolina after when they go ahead and they beat Tennessee, then they get crushed.
He carried that team for a while.
And then this past year, he had one weapon and still played good, dog. Still played good. He had one weapon.
Okay.
Not to mention, you look what he's doing right now at camp in the NFL. Well, preseason, he was doing actually pretty good. Like, I think here's the thing: it's all about progression.
He was saying about if you got a guy that can't move like Spencer, and you got a guy that can move like Lenore Sellers. Why don't you go with the guy that can move? I mean, he's talking about.
Well, I think
but because the difference is Spencer Rattler can throw the ball. DJ hasn't proved that he can throw the ball.
5-7, 4-8. What did they go for last year? 5-7, 4-8 at South Carolina. You don't try to jump start it there.
I think the expectation
there. Right, you compare apples to oranges. You're talking about somebody that had supreme arm talent or at least elite arm talent to somebody who hasn't shown that he has no arm talent. He has a cannon for an arm.
The cannon. But he doesn't. No, listen, he needs to be more. I'm not saying that DJ played good. I'm just saying we're talking about a game that there was a lot of problems going on with Florida State.
DJ ever won a game.
Right.
Totally put the game on his back.
Right. So this is the thing to Stat Guy's point. You're right, Jason. Today, there was a lot of problems. And again, it wasn't all on DJ. But to Stat Guy's point, this has been the same story every year with DJ. At some point, we got to stop blaming everybody else and saying DJ is better than he's showing. Again,
okay, if you want to talk about Clemson, though, we could go there and do that. We can talk about Clemson all day long. When are they going to give anybody some receivers and weapons to work with? They didn't. Right. You said it yourself. They didn't have a dynamic receiver for him to deal with.
No, but
now they're blaming Cade Klubnik. They've gone from DJ to Cade, and they're blaming him too. They got Garrett Riley as an OC, and they're blaming Cade.
Right, but this is what I'll say about that. I agree. I have been saying they need some wide receiver talent, and this is why I said when you brought up Spencer Rattler, it's apples to oranges.
I was just busting.
Okay, I was about to say, but to that, Spencer Rattler is a perfect. He's a perfect example of not having weapons and still playing good. Like that's the thing. Mm-hmm. You still can play good and not have weapons. Nobody's talking about how every time DJ throws the ball, all they're doing is dropping the pass. They're talking about how he can't make the throws. That's the difference.
Watch that dude under pressure. Wait until he gets to the league. It's going to get worse. It's not Spencer. We watched that guy in pressure situations. He's just
at Oklahoma, dog. That was like 5-6 years ago.
Any pressure situation. Come on.
Pressure situation. He beat Tennessee almost literally by himself.
Everybody beats Tennessee, man. Come on.
Hold on. What year was
that? Was only their second loss all year, and the only team that beat them before that was Georgia.
I know, man. I'm just busting you guys' chops, man. Relax.
You really think DJ is going to be drafted into the NFL?
I don't know if he ends up
As what?
if he ends up getting
Fullback?
drafted. I don't think so. I probably, but I mean,
Well, I'm gonna tell you what,
he's
6'5",
got the right
240
size.
hips.
He's got the right size. He's got the right arm. People think they can fix everybody. You know that.
Right, exactly.
That is true. That is true. People think they can fix everybody. You are right about that. And his measurables,
Well,
to Shawty's point. But again, I go back to a conversation me and Shawty had when he was in the portal. This is why I wouldn't want DJ. I tried to.
I would have gave him a shot. I'm just saying, I would have gave him a shot.
You would have. I would.
What I'm gonna say, this is what I would say. I think, and Jason has mentioned this as well. I think this is maybe where it's getting mistranslated. We almost saying he's a mid-tier quarterback with the way he's playing. All we saying is he's not losing the games. He may not be winning them, but he's not losing them. And if he can have more things around him that help him, like the offensive line, then maybe he could win some games.
We still haven't seen that yet. Yeah, I don't know.
That's how I look at it.
Okay.
Isn't that the first thing they said about Florida State, that they had an amazing offensive line? And they got transferred.
I'm just talking about the way they played. I'm
talking about the way they played, though. You're right, Andrew. Yeah. The way they played. This is what I'll ask you this, Starty. I don't know how much Oregon State you won watch last year. I'm not saying they was. I'm not saying they was Joe Moore Award candidates or anything like that. All I'm saying is that offensive line, behind that offensive line, Damian Martinez didn't have no problem running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So when we say he had no offensive line, he had one last year, and he
also played better.
In certain areas.
But that's my point. He played better.
But in certain areas, he actually regressed too, though.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, here would be my argument to this: is like, let's take away. Let's say you want to transfer 3 times, right? You should know by now what you need to be successful, right? Like, you should know if you're going to transfer. So if I'm transferring, what's that?
I just want to say this because to your point for the transfer, I don't necessarily blame him on the second transfer. I mean, his coach left. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. I do get that. My point is, though, you would have, if you do have these options, we don't know what his options were, to go to which teams. We don't know all of them. I'm sure we know some. Why would you go to a team here if you're not confident about maybe what they're putting together? Maybe you are confident. Maybe you thought something different, that product wasn't on the field today, but you would think you would know what you need to be successful by now. The issue is what he's kind of set himself up for now is you've been through 3 different coaches, and styles, and you have not progressed to a level, right, that everyone maybe thought you should by now, with different coaching styles. Like, everyone's tried different things. So
very much like Dylan Gabriel, isn't he on his 3rd team? And
he is.
He's a Heisman favorite.
He's performed everywhere he's went.
That's his 3rd team. Am I correct?
Right.
3 transfers and Heisman favorite.
And
that's it.
But
he's progressed
everywhere he's been, though.
So that's going to be the thing about DJ.
The devastating industry at UCF and then Oklahoma. Yeah, I get it.
But he's performed. That's my point. It doesn't matter about the transfers. What Jake is saying is, if you're going to transfer, as far as where you're going to, transfer to a place that has the weapons that you need. He's like, to Jason's point at Clemson, he's right. I was arguing with people at work that was Clemson fans. Like, y'all keep saying DJ. I said, DJ needs to improve. But at Clemson, his wide receivers didn't do nothing for him. Then he goes to Oregon, and you know why? Because they was young and inexperienced. They was highly recruited, young and inexperienced, and they didn't pan out. He goes to Oregon State. Guess what he had at Oregon State? Young and unproven wide receivers. Same scenario, 21 touchdowns, 7, like Shawty said, improve in some areas, and then you regress in some areas. Then you go to Florida State. Guess what he's at in Florida State? Young and inexperienced wide receivers. Why would you keep putting yourself in that situation? I don't believe for a minute Florida State was his only option. He could have, like DJU, like you said, the measurables. There were some people that wanted DJU. Pick a better situation.
100, man. Like, end of the day, dude.
If that's the thing, pick a better situation.
just won the ACC championship. I mean, what other better situation? I
Dude.
mean, according to
Dog, they
everybody,
lost, like,
so
they lost like
good.
15 people in the they
I
lost
get
like
what you
15
Come on.
said.
you know
He was
what I'm saying?
definitely
Yeah,
going to get the job. He was going to get the job. He's trying to go in and have a
And
chance
start
on
from
the
day
good
one.
decent
I
team.
get that. I get that.
Here's my thing though. You've won the job everywhere you've gone. It's not about getting the job anymore, right?
But doesn't that say something though? But doesn't that say something? Wherever he go, he wins the job. So
Yeah.
it's like
And they
somebody.
love the quarterback. They love that freshman quarterback at Oregon too, at Oregon State too, man. They did. So he keeps winning.
The other
We also have
person
to
that's
think about the style of offense they
three
ran.
is Cam Ward.
True.
Cam
Yeah,
Ward's
well,
on his third team.
That's right. Cam Ward's a Heisman favorite. But here's the thing about it too, is like the style of offense Oregon State ran though was completely their offense is a run game. It's a run based offense. Like
Well, it was a pro style offense. They were in the pro style.
I mean, there's stuff that they sit there, right? And why would if DJ needs to put himself in a position where he can have some things around him to be more successful. Granted, not saying that like Florida State has the expectation though that you should have things in place. So we can again, I get the argument where this is not all on DJU, but there needs to be some things at this point when you are in year 6, right? To finally like say, hey man, you have to take up some type of role in this. You're going to carry a little more weight. Sorry. It's just the way it is.
I just don't understand why we're having this conversation today. He didn't lose the football game for them. I just don't understand why we're having it today.
Because of how his performance was. Like we can't, like we said, and we know how it is, Jason. The quarterback gets all the glory and takes all the blame. Like on both.
He didn't turn the ball over. He didn't. I mean, they weren't great. I would tell you, you go down and on a 15-play drive and you have 2 4th-down conversions. I mean, maybe we could call it on something else today. There was a lot of things that you could have done wrong, that you could have said they didn't do very well. So
we talked about
we're having this conversation about why is he still the starter and everything. I mean, dude,
it was a question. It was just a question based off of his play. That's why.
Okay, no, I'm saying we've been doing it for 10 minutes though, and I'm just like, dude, I get it. Okay.
Just because you don't feel that way don't mean everybody.
It's week 0.
Right? It's week 0. Like, what else we talking about?
This is the biggest game of week 0.
He
didn't win the game for him either, and I'm, Sean D's right too. He didn't win the game for him either. I'm just saying we just keep on going back to the same thing. It is what it is.
Right,
dude. Benji's comment was just perfect. Someone put that up there, Jason. This is that was perfect. I want, you know what? I would want this too. Ben. Come on, Jason. That was a good one. You gotta laugh, man. That was a good one. Oh, dude.
Hey, man,
it wasn't me. It was the one-armed man.
Right. Let's look ahead to week 1, man, and just
great movie, by the way.
Right. Great movie, Fugitive. That's right. Hey, listen, people in the comments, let us know which game you're looking forward to most, even if it's your school or whatever. Let's go around the horn, as they would say out there. Jake, tell us what game you're looking forward to in week 1, my man.
Boom. Well, for me, I'm looking forward to seeing Alabama, the Western Kentucky game. I know it's not important to some people, right? But we want to see the product on the field. I think fall camp, it's exciting, it's fun. You get to see all these cool things in fall camp, but they all playing each other. They get sick of playing each other. We want to see what the product looks like on the field versus someone else. So that's why for me that's exciting. I'm pumped for that game. Very pumped for that game.
All right, Shawty. Next week, is it the Clemson, Georgia, or you got something else you're looking forward to next week?
Well, to Jake's point, I'm gonna be a little bit biased. Of course, I'm looking to Georgia, kicking Clemson ass. But I'm gonna say this right here. This is probably it's a few games.
Hold on. I was about to say, before you go, a request from the viewer says you can't pick your own team when you do this.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I just figured I would throw that in there. But that's what I'm gonna go to. I labeled 5 different games, but I think out of that 5, the most important game. And I think Jason, I think a lot of us guys, we've talked about this on some other channels, is that Miami versus Florida game. Because the main reason is because that if Miami wins, that means Florida could be on their way to not winning more than 5 games. But if Miami loses, then to Jason's point, he and I have had conversation about it. Cristobal may not be on that trajectory to win 9 games or better. Jason think he need to win 10. I think he need to win 9, preferably 10. But it's very important on the trajectory of both of these coaches this particular win.
Got you. I'm with that too, man. I think there's a lot of pressure in that game. I think, honestly, for me, I think I agree with you, Shawty. That Miami, Florida, that's gonna be some real stuff. Just on the field, off the field, all of that. Like I said, we've all kind of talked about that. Shout out to Coach Ritz getting in on the Hall of Fame college football, and giving a $1.99 super chat. He says LSU USC. That's what he's looking for. Jason, to follow that up, what game are you looking for? And as Steve G said, you can't pick your own team.
Oh man, that's a Temple game. Why would I pick that?
I mean, because you want to see
no one would pick a Temple.
You want to see the, you know what I'm saying? You want to see the quarterback. I don't know.
No, listen, I think there's a lot of pretty good games though around the country this first week of the season. So I would think, I could go with any number of them. I'd probably say, look, since we're talking about Clemson and quarterbacks from Clemson, let's just talk about that. Let's see what the hell they do with Cade Klubnik in his second season under Garrett Riley, and whether or not they could hold up against your Georgia Bulldogs. Let's see.
Hey, Jason, no LSU USC?
Well, I
guess
I don't know if I care that much about that game. It will be fun to watch Lincoln.
It'll be right.
Probably.
Right. And then listen, we'll even maybe after everybody says their game, we'll go around and talk about some of the bigger games and get like who you think will win. You may have to give no score prediction or nothing like that. Andrew, can't pick Penn State. What game are you looking forward to next week?
Notre Dame, Texas A&M.
Get you some
programs. We have absolutely no idea how they're going to rebound. We got a new entire regime, Texas A&M. Got Marcus Freeman that wants to bounce back after a lackluster year without Sam Hartman. I think it's going to be a very interesting match. I would love to pick LSU USC because that would be the no defense, all offense, all gas, no brakes. But let's get boring. Let's get 17-16, and let's see who comes out on top.
There it is. All right, so there's about 4 or 5 big games next week. We'll just go around quickly. I'll say the game. You go around and say who you're going to win. So we'll start on Thursday, Colorado and North Dakota State. Andrew, winner.
Colorado, close.
Thad, winner.
Colorado.
Jake?
Yeah, Colorado.
And Jason?
Should be Colorado.
Right, I got Colorado as well. Then you get Saturday starts off early with Georgia Clemson. I'll start it off. Of course, I think Georgia's going to win. Andrew?
Sick 'em.
Shout it.
Georgia by double digits.
Jake?
Yeah, Georgia.
All right, Jason?
Yeah, it better be Georgia. Y'all got problems with that. It better be Georgia.
Right. And then we roll the next game. It'll be Miami, Florida. I got Florida in the upset.
Ooh.
Jason.
Oh, the Gators winning that one.
Yeah, in the upset.
The Gators winning that one.
All right,
I need to take some juice box bets.
Bro, you know what else I got? I have the Gators. Yeah, I picked Florida, dude.
Trash.
Shouty.
Hey, I'm telling you, I need to talk all 3 of y'all after the show. I need I want a jukebox bet with each one of y'all. I'm going with Miami.
All right. Andrew, round us out. Oh, he's going with the U. I know. Hey, bro, my big bro, if you still watching, don't hate me, dog. But hey, it's hard to win in games, too, baby. That's all I'm gonna say. Listen,
that's right.
Let's go to the next one, man. Hey, we got Texas A&M and Notre Dame. Jason.
Notre Dame. I got Notre Dame now.
Jake.
Oh, Notre Dame.
All right, Shawty.
I think that's gonna be a great game, but I'm gonna go with Notre Dame.
Okay, Andrew.
Texas A&M.
I knew he was going there.
I got you. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame and Marcus Freeman.
I love being that one guy on the little
no poker face, bro. No poker face at all.
Hey man, and to end the score pick section, we're gonna end it with LSU USC on that Sunday night in Vegas. Andrew, who you got, man? Lincoln Riley or Brian Kelly?
LSU because it's at home.
No, it's in Vegas.
It's in Vegas.
It's in Vegas.
Allegiant
Vegas
Stadium.
Oh my gosh. The total is 64. LSU because they don't have to break in a quarterback like Miller Moss for USC. LSU close. 35-34.
Shouty?
I like LSU, and I think this could be the writing on the wall for the downfall of Lincoln Riley. Granted, they do have a top 5 hardest schedule this year.
Jake.
This one's tough. I'm going to be honest with you. This one is tough for me because I think you're going to see a different product on defense, and I actually think Miller Moss is going to be really good. So it's hard, but the only reason I pick LSU is because I know from an offensive line standpoint, they have the offensive line. USC does not have the depth on defense to face that offensive line. So
there it is. All right. Jason, LSU or USC, as if I have to ask.
Also, don't forget about this game here. 29-game win streak on the line in Stillwater. FCS champions back-to-back, man. They're going to take out the Okie Lights.
You didn't say.
Book it.
Yeah, hey, you're right.
Hey, what's the spread on there? You know, Jason?
Look,
it is.
So while you're doing that, I'm gonna say LSU USC is definitely gonna be a shootout because I don't know.
Minus 9.5.
Minus 9.5.
Oh, damn, that's close.
Right. So LSU USC gonna be a shootout in my opinion because LSU's defense isn't gonna go from 120 something to top 20 or nothing like that. Lincoln Riley can score. This is tough. I think this is the toughest one. Listen, this is tough. Hey, man.
Go with your first instinct, coach.
Give me USC and the Trojans, baby.
USC
and the Trojans, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Y'all just trying to throw away your money, man. Just throw it away.
Jason, get that jukebox bet.
Hey, let's check some of the people in the comments. We got Gators in the Miami Gators game.
That's
we got Bentley Boy SB says Clemson for the upset.
Not in the world.
says Gators. Sean D says Texas A&M. Boomer 129 says the Gaggies. The Gaggies. So that means you're gonna go with Notre Dame. I got you. Stephen G says ND. Chris E says A&M. Okay. John Russell says the game between Miami and Florida, does the losing coach seat heats up? For sure. It doesn't matter who loses.
Oh, no doubt.
It
but
doesn't matter.
Boiling for either one of them.
Right. It doesn't matter.
Napier a little bit hotter.
Let's see. Benji says Cam Ward in Miami. Boomer says Florida. Chris E says Florida. Look, we ain't the only one. Sean D said Florida. Benji says Miami.
Wow.
Boomer 129 says Clemson. No. Chris E says Georgia. Boomer 129 with all upsets. He said North Dakota State. Okay.
Yeah. Hey.
Colorado's got two players and a whole bunch of nothing.
It's not that big of one.
Hey, I'm just saying. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Let's see. Who else getting in here with some picks? Let's see. Coach Roy Ball. My guy says Notre Dame by double digits. Oh, you were right. Shout out to Stephen G, member of Hall of Fame College Football and the Fan Addict. He says Penn State, West Virginia, they hate each other. Jason, who you got winning the game?
Man, it's Penn State. Come on. Come on, man.
Jake, who you got winning the game, man?
I'm going to be sure with you. I actually had to think about this one because West Virginia looks dangerous. They look dangerous. You got to be careful. Hey, don't get me wrong, though. I do think Penn State will win this game, but I think West Virginia is going to keep it close.
Is it at West Virginia? It's at West Virginia, right?
To be on the fucking moon.
Yeah, because I got a friend that's traveling there. I think it's at West
Virginia. All right. Shouty, who you got?
I'm kind of like with Jake. I think this game is going to be a lot closer than people think because of the quarterback play.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to pick Penn State.
Got you. All right. Jason, you gave yours? Oh, yeah, you gave yours. Okay.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a close one. Right. I think it's going to be a close game. Where is this game played at?
It's in West Virginia. My buddy going up there.
Give me West Virginia and Garrett Green, baby.
Ooh.
But upset. Hey, Big Bumbo, that's right, baby. I'm rocking with y'all. Big Bumbo, I tell you, y'all better not let me down.
Guy can't throw over the middle, doesn't have a running back or an offensive
Trash.
lineman.
Trash.
Coach Rick said Jason will never pick USC. You are right, Coach Rick. That is right. He would
Man,
never.
if they're gonna win the
Never.
game, I mean, I like to win the competition more I like to, just picking against teams I hate.
Right. So,
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy, who does UNC play next week?
Minnesota at Minnesota.
Oh God, that might be like the worst game to physically watch out of all the college games.
I think you'd lose your eyebrows if you actually.
But hey, so you got UNC over Minnesota. Where's that game playing at?
Minnesota.
I don't know about that. Dog.
I'm picking Minnesota.
Not the Vikings.
Minnesota at home. PJ Fleck. Give me PJ Fleck, dog.
Ain't Matt been recruiting a little bit better than Minnesota? Granted, Minnesota does better, more with less.
Yeah, but this is the first year he don't have that guy that everybody's talking about at quarterback. So, and last year I don't know how good they did. So, man, give me PJ. Row the boat at home. Row the boat.
So weird.
That's right, dude. DJ Fleck, bro.
Including college football.
DJ Fleck.
Right. Steve Lee says West Virginia. Steve Lee says West Virginia. Janet, I haven't. Listen, it's been a lot of comments. I ain't gonna say you haven't been putting it in there, but I've been trying to get.
No, they're popping in. Chris, Janet, what's going on?
Okay, yeah, maybe initially, I don't know, but West Virginia for Coach Roy Ball. How about that? That's not shocking.
If we lose, I will not be on this roundup next Saturday.
Mike Dove says
just
West
dunk
Virginia.
on me left, right, and center.
Hey, Steve B says West Virginia. Stephen G says he's got West Virginia. Boomer's got
That's
West
a good
Virginia.
game. That's gonna be a good game.
Can't find West Virginia on a
Right.
map.
Janet, we got you now, so get your picks in. Listen, it's the first week. We run a little long.
Told
it's all
you
right.
what she thinks.
Right. My bad. Hey, listen, Clemson, Georgia, Miami, Florida, Notre Dame, Texas A&M, all of them. And listen, I promise you, they just not showing up. I don't know what was going on, but if you was posting and we didn't see them, I promise you, it's because he wasn't showing up.
Well, and
had too many people in the comments. Our server can't take it.
Right. Hey, I shout out to everybody, man. Row the boat. That's right, baby. Row the boat. Saying don't get. Hey, Janice, listen. Janice, you say you want me to show your comments and you don't give a damn about none of the other teams.
What is interesting is Boston College does play Florida State on Monday.
She's doing it
on
right.
Labor Day.
She's letting everybody know how she feels when you Georgia fans. They putting the damn comments up in there, so now she's gonna get real about
Gophers, Steve
damn
Lee
Georgia
says
fans.
Gophers. Janet says Bama. Bama plays Western Kentucky, Janet. We know you.
Yeah, but it's the start of the Kalen DeBoer era. They're just excited.
It's a big deal, bro.
It's
a big freaking deal.
Even you got the Alabama cat on this panel, and they even taking care of him.
Boom Time says Clemson will surprise in week 1. Hold on. Fun fact: Western Kentucky versus Bama. TJ Finley is Western Kentucky's quarterback coach, who's a former. TJ Finley is Western Kentucky's quarterback, who was former Auburn quarterback. So he already know about a little hate. He probably just, it's gonna be a long day for him, dog. He just can't get around losing to Bama. What you gonna say, Charlie?
Well, I just had been hearing, it's a lot of pressure on the board, man. It's like if he don't make the semifinals, it's like he's a failure. I just don't understand.
No one wants to be the guy after the guy.
Except killing the board.
Boom Time says Texas going 8 for OU 11-1. Hey man, it's okay to be the loser in week 0, dog. It is. It is okay. Benji says Hookem, of course. That Andy Kaltanicki led led Nittany Lion offense should cause major headaches in Morgantown. Okay. Sooner Legends, they give him Georgia over Clemson. Shout out to Coach Ricks for getting in on the Hall of Fame Sooners podcast and Hall of Fame Sooners. My bad, Jason. Hall of Fame college football. And giving $1.99 super chat says Ole Miss versus Sister Barry the Blind. Hey man, everybody can't start out with a banger, Coach Ricks. You know that. But yeah, Ole Miss, I'm interested to see how they look. Our Moosehead said Saturday night, this is a long format show. Hey, listen, man, it's the first week. That's all. Listen, we in here, y'all rocking with us, man, having a good time. So we about to wrap it up, though. We just want to get everybody's opinion. Kim, we appreciate you showing up, my man, as always. Hey, before we get out of here, man, again, wanted to tell y'all, listen, I mentioned it at the beginning of the show. We got a new venture popping off. There's actually a new video on there, and you guys will recognize the guy doing the video. He's doing the instant reaction to the Florida State Georgia Tech game, and all of these beautiful faces, at least some of these beautiful faces that's on the screen with you, we'll be diving into that new venture. All of us together, man. Me, your boy, Coach I. Fan Addict will still be here, by the way. But me, your boy, Coach I will be over there. My boy, Shawty, rocking with me. Hey, listen, man, we've been down since 96 since he stepped on campus, man. My guy, Jake, you already know it. My brethren from Breakfast, Tailgate, from Set the Tone. And always, man, listen, we've been saying this since he came over here. He got a toothbrush over here. I got a toothbrush over there. It's my guy, Jason. We all rocking on the new channel, man. It's called Conference Call College Football, man. Listen, this is what I need y'all to do for me. Listen, when I tell y'all we got a packed house tonight, we got a packed house tonight. I put the channel link in there earlier. I'm going to put it in there again. Y'all go over, hit subscribe on the channel. Check out the new video on there right now. It's live, it's up, it's already. Put some comments on the video. Interact with that video just like y'all interact with us, man. It's at Conference Call CFB. That's at Conference Call College Football CFB. Let me get that up on the screen so y'all can actually see it. Where did I put that thing, man? I just moved it all around the case, and then there we go. YouTube.com/at Conference Call CFB. Go subscribe right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to go check and see if y'all did it, man. If you subscribe, get in the comments and say subbed. That's what I want to see right now. Right now. Do it for Coach I.
Come on now.
Sub. Come
hit
on.
That like, hit that subscribe, hit that bell so you can get notified.
Right. I'm going there right now. And we're going to take a tailgate ticket away from the fans if y'all don't go over there and subscribe.
Look, we got 42 folks on the other stream. On my stream, there's 42 folks in there right now this second on my stream.
Let's go.
We need 42 subs right now.
Let's go. Oh, subs. I see them. That's what I'm talking about, Steve Lees. Shout out to Steve Lee. Shout out to Stephen G. Oh, shout out to our guy, Jimmy Lee Baker. We appreciate you for subbing, my guy.
12.
Hey, Ben G's. Sub. That's what I'm talking about. Sub. Let's go. Look at Janet. Shout out to Janet, the Bama fan.
Go.
My boy CA in the building. Hey, appreciate the sub, man. You know what I'm saying? We subbing that thing. Pseudo Legends Podcast. Just we appreciate you. Rhonda getting in. We appreciate you, Rhonda. Rhonda says she sub, man. Listen, man, don't miss out on the bus. Like I said, the next 2 weeks. 16. We 16 now. Listen, man, just like I said, the next 2 weeks, we're gonna be still doing a snap count over here. It's gonna stream on both channels. But after that 2 weeks, I'm letting y'all know the snap count only gonna be on Conference Call College Football. So if you want to be a part of that, you got to go be a part of it. Mars Jam, we appreciate you subbing, my guy. Listen, this is why we love doing this stuff, man, because y'all interact with us, man. Coach Rich, we already know you down, man.
We 22.
The real Dr. G in the building. We appreciate you. Hey, always supporting. That's what I'm talking about. John Russell, he sub. We appreciate it. If I miss you, Mars Jam. That's right. Neelio over there flying in, baby. Come on. We already know Steve.
Hall of Fame fam. Let's go.
Hey man, that's right, man. Let me hit refresh on this thing, man. That's right. Let's hit refresh on this thing. And it's not just listen. I'm telling y'all right now, we got a lot of big things planned for y'all. And it ain't just straight YouTube content. We got some other stink ass getting in the building. You can't find it, Eric. Here, I'm putting it in the comments again. Here we go. Right here. Here we go. We putting it in there. Jason's putting it in there. Ray Duffy is in there. We appreciate you. Ken Sterling in there. Get up in there because what's going to happen is you're going to see all these people talking about how good a time they had. You be like, what you mean good time? I ain't over there. Get over there. That's what I'm talking about. Get on the building. Get on in the building. Like I said, it's already a video over there. Go over there.
Mhm.
Listen, go over there. Tell. I don't care. You might know the face on there, so go over there
That's
and
right.
check out the video. Put your comments in. Tell us how you liked it, how you didn't like it. There we go. Thanks for posting the link, Jake. Hey, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Who else in here? Football is here. That's right. Boom time. Football is here. That's right.
Hey, coach.
What's up? What's up?
I'm gonna say, let them know, man. If you want real college football talk, unbiased, straightforward, you know what I'm saying, not coming from any angles, definitely come check us out, man. You get the real talk here.
That's right, man. We listen, man. We're gonna talk football how it's supposed to be taught. We ain't out here just giving hot takes so we can go viral. We talking about things that actually happen on the field. We talking about things that's not on the field, but giving a objective perspective on it, man. So again, man, y'all been rocking with us. Listen, man. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. The Hall of Fame college football mob, man. Listen, they real with the support. They might not care nothing about what you talking about, but they gonna show up in them comments. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? We could be talking about, you know what I'm saying, hopscotch. They'll come in there and first thing they're gonna say is horns down. We appreciate the content. So shout out, man. Shout out to the Fanatic fam, man. The Fanatic fam be rocking with us too, man. Shout out to the Set the Tone fam. Set the Tone, they be all over it too. Eric, there we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Get that stuff up. We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
And the mob, we already got Stephen G already put it into the Discord, so we should be getting all them fellas in here soon.
That's right, man. We're gonna be pumping it, man. We appreciate y'all. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, listen. I like having my guys on the show because we get some good content. We go back and forth with each other. We're not all out here saying the same thing. And I appreciate everybody in the comments, man, because y'all make it good too, man. What's Jake's channel? Jake's channel is Set the Tone, Mike Dub. It's called Set the Tone. So just set the tone. If you type it in, you should see it on there. Or if you can't find it, go to one of my breakfast tailgate videos, Mike Dub, and then look in the description. His channel is in the description. So we appreciate that, man. Hey, we're gonna go around the table, man, and let the fellas say what you got going on, what you want to say about the new channel, whatever you want to say before we get out of here. We're gonna start with you, Shotty.
Yeah, y'all know what it is, man. You can definitely catch me on Just My Damn Opinions on Wednesday nights at 9:30. But for sure, man, catch me on the new channel, man. For sure, man. I'm gonna probably be spending most of my time on that channel, putting most of my efforts over there to bring out good content. It's football season anyway. Let's go, man. Let's get it, man. New channel, new time, new days. Let's go.
That's right, Stephen G. Listen, Fanatic is still going to be here. Set the Tone still going to be here. Just My Damn Opinion still going to be here. Hall of Fame college football actually in the same in a different capacity, but still going to be there. Jason's going to be over. Right, the Hall of Fame Sooners going to be there. But what we're saying is our main content is going to be over there on Conference Call College Football. Make sure you get over there. Like I say, some stuff will be on the Fanatic, but most of it's going on Conference Call College Football. And listen, man, not for nothing, man. We done talk great about y'all and how good following to our people. You know what I'm saying? We say, hey, man, we got some of the best people out there. They gonna rock with us. So
we came to
make us look good. Make us look good. You know what I'm saying? Make us look good. You know what I'm saying? Go over there and when y'all show up, all we gotta do is tell our people, see, we told you they was gonna come show up because we rock with the best. That's how it is. Coach I Shotty knows. That's right. Mike Dub, you show up. That's right, man. All right, Jake. Tell the people what you got going on or whatever you want to say about new channel, whatever it is.
Yeah, man. No, this is a exciting new opportunity, kind of cool, for me. Coming from the football background a little bit with similar to Shadi over there, but joining up with everybody in a big, large team is always fun. And I'm a team guy, and that's what it comes down to. Of course, Set the Tone is also doing some new things, which is super cool and exciting. So we will be conjoining and working together with all of it. It will be a great time. Really excited to bring you guys content, both channels. And I'm excited for this season, man. Football's finally here, and I get to break it down along with great guys around me. And that's what's important, man. Enjoy the season, enjoy the people around you, and come join Conference Call College Football and check out Set the Tone while you're at it.
That's right, man. Nito said maybe we can get some Conference Call Football babes on the new channel too. But I can help.
Maybe.
Neilio, you out
Yeah.
here in these streets,
He's been
Neilio.
working out.
Hey,
He's
Let me
been
say
working on
this.
that for a while now, bro.
Right, Neilio, let me say this. You out here in these streets, make sure you tap in with Shawty on Just My Damn Opinion so you can watch the dating show. Him and Chicken
That's
be in
right.
there getting down because Chicken say he in them streets, by the way.
Yeah. You might want to check out Doc and the Jock too while you're at it, just to get some points and tips to make sure you don't screw it up. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Go see the doctor.
sure
Go
y'all-
see the doctor after you're out in them streets.
All right, Jason, man, tell the people what you got, what you want, all that
Excited,
good
man.
stuff.
Nah, man, excited about the new venture, man. I think it's something that we kind of had coming along for a little while now. So, it came around really fast, but something that we've all been, working hard towards, and excited for what we're going to be able to put out there for all these folks that have been watching us and rocking with us since day one. So, man, you ought to be over there subbing right now because you're going to see some things that we couldn't really do running our channels by ourselves. You put a little something behind it. You got some, we're going to have some cool stuff. You guys are going to love it. Get over there and check it out.
Great
That's
point,
right.
Jason.
That's right, man. Listen, out there on Twitter world, you want some, listen, he gonna mince his words now. He gonna tell you how it is. Tell him where they can find you at, Andrew.
Sidelines Penn State, all things social media. I like kind of being the king of the North over here, even though I live in Atlanta. I kind of love being that, that person that can kind of take that different idea, coming from the North, living down South, and I'll be consistently traveling this year. I have about 3 or 4 trips coming out. The closest one in 2 weeks is in Oregon. 4 weeks, I'm going to be in Albuquerque. 6 weeks, I'm going to be in Happy Valley. So I can also kind of do as much as I want because travel is something that's obviously so cool about, this entire world. I love being a part of this family, and I can't wait for next week because then everyone can be happy or sad about their team.
That's right.
And to the comment section, there is no way in hell we're losing to West Virginia.
Man, come on.
But I really appreciate the hate. I will take that on. I'll put a chip on my shoulder. And if we lose, as a joke, I'm going to show up here and you're going to find like the most uncut gems of like what Penn State football is if we lose. But even if we win, I'm going to continue giving that, that kind of Northern flavor. But, we have a great team here. We're moving forward every single day. I can't wait to be a part of it. Let's go.
That's right. Stephen G says, just please remember where y'all came from and don't sell out. Never that, Stephen G. Listen, you already know who Coach I is, dog. You rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of the panel the same way, man.
Everybody else, man. Just
you know what I'm saying? You already know how we get down. So, hey, man. Ben G, my bad. You say that West Virginia jinxed West Virginia for the win. For real now. Hey, man, but again, shout out to everybody viewing on either the Fanatic Facebook or Fanatic YouTube on the Hall of Fame College Football's Facebook or YouTube to set the tone, YouTube, Twitter, or, YouTube. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all. Like I said, man, y'all got live on this one. Y'all been feeding for that college football just like us. Scratch the itch, like Shawty said earlier. Scratch the itch just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Come Thursday, it's going to really be on when Colorado and North Dakota State take prime time. Y'all make sure y'all show up next week for us at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, again, for the wrap-up. Also, you already subscribed on the channel. Make sure you hit the bell notification. That's the second thing, because I'm just telling you that because I don't want you to miss anything. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate all my fellas. Some of the guys that couldn't be here tonight, JJ and Brinsky, you know what I'm saying?
Shout
y'all
out to
make
Bryce,
sure.
the other member of the team, too.
Right. And shout out to Bryce, the other member on the new channel, and Ty. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, man, y'all go over to the channel. Y'all already know Ty, how Ty bring the heat. He got the video up.
That's what you're saying. There's going to be a face you recognize, man.
Right.
I was with you. I was with you on that one, man.
Right. So, man, shout out to all of the guys, man. Shout again. The fans is why we do it. You know what I'm saying? We know y'all get tired of the hot takes. We know y'all get tired of the BS. The musical chairs is going on at ES, the 4-letter network is like somebody call it. But listen, man, we here like Shawty said to give y'all real football talk. No filler. You know what I'm saying? Being objective, and we're gonna bring some fun to it, man. So y'all make sure y'all tune in with us next week. Saturday Night Snap Count is the Fat Addict. You know what I'm saying? Be real. We out of here.